Ron Washington, the manager of the team, he's taken a team all the way to the World Series before.
Yeah.
I don't think he's won, but he's gotten to the World Series. Has enforced a rule, instituted a rule for the Los Angeles Angels prohibiting their players from using cell phones at their lockers. And at least one veteran of the team, baseball superstar Mike Trout, has been vocal about enforcing the rule, making sure guys are staying off of their phones.
Following this,
yeah. And he says it's going really well. What do you think of all this, Allie? A baseball team, like, did you even realize that they could have their most teams can just have their phones, I guess, anyways?
Well, I figured that in the locker room, yeah, you could have your personal belongings out, so you could be on your phone if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. But I do kind of agree with this because I think, phones certainly pose a distraction to everyone. Mm-hmm. And so they can be a distraction for you getting in game day mood or mode or whatever. And also, it can be, as Mike Trout points out, one of these quotes, it can be a big hindrance in that team bonding time. In the locker room, that's when you're bonding. That's when you're talking to one another. And if you have new players on the team, which happens at MLB every single year, sometimes multiple times in the year, you want to get to know these new players, these new guys on your squad. You want to grow that unified feeling as a team. And so I support this. And also, I think Ron Washington, it's not like he's saying the players can only, he's saying he has to do this too.
Yeah.
He says here that if he's on his phone, because apparently there's a fine for this, if they're caught using it,
$500, I think.
Yeah, they're fined. And he's like, I want my players to fine me if I'm on my cell phone because I want to follow this rule too. It's not just for the players, it's for everybody.
Mike Trout says the guys are interacting more. I think the biggest thing we're working on this year, just building that family chemistry, getting everybody on board. You think about baseball, a lot of times, like in football, they talk about chemistry and whatever. Like, you really have to believe in each other as a team and get along. And they're only together, like, they're not together anywhere near as much as baseball.
No.
Baseball season is so long. You're with each other every day playing a game. And so, I was thinking, like, well, the counterpoint would be, like, you look at all these college basketball teams right now. I'm sure they're allowed to have their phones in most cases in the locker room. And they look like they're getting along really well, like they have a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
But that's college.
Yeah,
baseball,
it's different.
They've been doing this for years. You're there day in and day out. It's a long season. It's a job.
Yeah.
And so, it would be easy to treat it like just another job after you've been, get desensitized to it and not really care. Like, they're just your coworkers, whatever.
Right.
But I think it would be helpful to the team to keep phones away. I do think, like, if it is funny to think about if you did this at any other job, like, where it hadn't been the rule before.
Yeah.
Is it a good idea? Probably. Like, if we banned phones here at Radio U, I think it would probably be a good idea.
I mean, sure.
But also, especially the bigger the company, the more you'd have people that, even if they wouldn't say it out loud, they'd be like, really? Like, Mike's going around enforcing this thing? Like, why don't he take a break, you know?
What's up with this
It's
Mike guy?
2025. Let's just be on our... It's not hurting anything. Let me have my phone.
Yeah. I mean, again, they pose a distraction no matter where you are, whether you're on a baseball team or in a cubicle, whatever. But I think in this scenario, it really is beneficial for them not to have it in the locker room because that is the time when you're supposed to be talking and bonding. When you're working in a cubicle, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I think this is going to work out well for them.
I hope so.
For now, anyways.
I want Mike Trout in the playoffs.
You do?
I do.
I've
wanted that for a long time.
I don't think that this is going to change that fortune, though. Like, how many wins does this add to their season?
Probably not a lot, but team chemistry is a big thing.
Yeah.
And if you start believing in your squad and you have a group of guys that are just out there having fun, baseball's about fun.
Yeah.
And when you see teams that play with that kind of mentality, sometimes it does get them into the playoffs.
It might work. But, I mean, staying off his phone ain't going to keep Mike Trout healthy. And they don't got a lot of other great players.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.